Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to Nerd Thug Radio. I'm the Captain Joey Savage.
I'm the circus.
Nico DLG here.
So before we jumped out to the break,
Corey DLG.
we mentioned...
Corey DLG?
No. Screw Corey DLG. Who is that guy?
Yeah.
No one
Yeah,
likes
you
that
guys-
guy.
Yeah, ladies.
No
you
one
totally...
likes-
Oh, what?
So we talked at next month, Iron Fist will debut on the Netflix.
March 17th.
That's
Netflix,
exciting.
yeah, Netflix this week actually released like a bunch of stuff that's come in, like original content.
Well, this was actually released a while back, one of them that we're going to talk about, but nobody noticed it. They kind of buried the lead a little bit. They made an announcement about 2 months ago about a bunch of original programming.
Right.
And this was kind of in the middle, and no one, I guess no one grabbed it at the time. I don't know. It's kind of one of those weird. Does it ever happen? Like,
No.
I'm trying to think of other news stories where they're like, "Hey, really, we announced this 2 months ago, but no one noticed."
Well, they did hold an event on the 8th of February last week, where they announced like release dates and a bunch of just new content. That was coming.
This
So
actually
they kind of hammed up. I think where you're going with this.
right, and I think the article I read said that it was actually announced a while back, but I guess no one. I don't know. I guess just no one realized it.
No one
Anyway,
picked it up on it.
yeah. So anyway, what we're talking about, we've talked around it now for
Here
about
we
a
go.
minute.
Go hit it, Corey.
It's Warren Ellis wrote a Castlevania series,
Oh, boy.
season 1
Oh,
for
boy.
Netflix.
Well, it's actually been greenlit apparently for 2 seasons already.
Whoa.
Oh, well, I know for a fact he wrote the first
Whoa.
season. I don't know about a second season. The announcement mentioned that Warren Ellis wrote a first season.
It says part 1 of the Castlevania TV show. First season will be arriving this year, indicating similar to some other show, but it has automatically been greenlit for at least 2 seasons, or a first season to be released in 2 separate chunks.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure which
direction
they're
they're gonna go.
going.
But anyway, apparently it was announced
Maybe
about 2 months ago in the article I was reading at some sort of TV expo thing.
Yeah, no, I get it here. Like in this article I'm reading, it said at the end of last year, it's actually being developed by Adventure Time's Frederator Network,
Okay.
Oh,
And,
so that's an animation studio.
and they teased
Okay.
their involvement at the end of last year, and no one really.
So it could be.
No one
so it
picked
could be
up
a
on
really
it.
Nobody
cartoon
picked up on it.
series.
Which is a little weird because Adventure Time's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And if you don't believe me, just ask your kid what Adventure Time is, but then also look around any sort of merchandising. Go to a Hot Topic. You'll see.
Well, Frederator is a pretty big like group in and of themselves. They did like Fairly Odd Parents and then did Adventure Time. Like they're pretty. They
Right.
go across the network.
Right.
Well, there's a guy who's producing it. His name is Adi Shankar.
Yeah, apparently people don't like him.
He's known for a Power Rangers fan film that garnered a lot of attention.
Oh,
2015.
yeah. That was actually
Well,
a really cool.
About a
Oh,
year
the
ago.
super dark one.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
it's
so
like
about a year ago on Facebook, he released this. Breaking news, I'm producing a super violent Castlevania mini-series with my homies Fred Siebert and Kevin Klond. It's going to be dark, satirical, and after a decade of propaganda, it will flip the vampire subgenre on its head.
That sounds really
Sounds cool.
ambitious.
The word's satirical, by the way.
I like to say
Satirical.
I say potato.
I mean,
Who
one of
actually
those is
says
wrong.
potato?
Okay, Mr. Q.
Listen,
Okay, Mr. Q.
you think people don't make fun of me for being wrong? I'm just trying to keep
So,
you clean, man.
So I guess our biggest concern here, is it going to be live action or is it going to be animated?
And now that we know that Adventure Time is involved, I'm gonna say
Probably
animated.
They're going to say it's going to be like very Game of Thrones like.
You know what this kind of calls to mind?
Go for it. Hit me.
Do you remember when
Hit me with
MTV
Shut.
had Ion Flux?
I like that movie, dude. That movie was good.
Not the movie,
The TV show?
the actual
The animated?
the old
Yeah.
like 80s heavy metal style anime.
Right, right.
This kind of makes me think that's going to be the vein, like in an old American style anime.
Sounds okay.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be opposed to.
I mean, I'm not against
Yeah, absolutely not.
non-live action.
But it definitely means we're probably going to see some drawn boobies.
Right. It's okay. It's
Which,
okay.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I always hate when cartoons do that.
It's okay. It's
but,
okay.
whatever.
We'll be all right.
But
Nico will like it. He'll power through
there
it.
you go. Just somehow.
Sinus infection.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna throw myself.
but
across
Netflix,
the room.
but Netflix released a lot of
A lot of news.
during
A
the
lot of
Super
news.
Bowl. There was a new Stranger Things
Right.
commercial for
Which is
I was so disappointed.
Halloween.
such a downer because they're doing this commercial. You're like, holy
Holy
crap,
crap,
holy
it's
crap,
coming
holy
out.
crap.
Halloween.
And then they said Halloween.
Like,
And-
son
and
of a gun.
It took me a second to process
10
that.
months away.
Right, I literally looked. There was a bunch of us in the room when the commercial aired, and I looked at actually at my stepdad, and I was like, "Man, that show is so good, and it's coming back." And he goes, "Halloween," and I was like,
What the heck?
Wow.
That's really far.
By the way, 8 months.
yeah, I know.
8 months.
By the way,
Yeah, that's
write a
true.
blog or something.
Okay.
Jeez.
Why you gotta do that to him?
Because
Killing him on air.
It's not working.
That's the usual.
It's not working.
I mean-
Apparently, you write a blog.
Your mom's
So
a blog.
Netflix. I'm really excited about Iron Fist. Like, I need something new. There's actually some good stuff on Netflix.
Defenders is in the summer too.
Right, but there's some stuff on Netflix that
This year's
there's that show like OA. Have you seen that on Netflix?
No, there's a bunch of shows that I want to check out.
There's like OA. Then there's the Lemony Snicket's.
I don't want to watch
Oh,
that.
yeah, that-
I don't care about that.
It looks pretty dark.
No, it's
The
not.
movie was supposed to be pretty decent.
Yeah, I don't care.
I like that movie. I haven't seen it in like 7 years.
Yeah. And then
I don't
there's
care.
some one called The Crown that looks pretty good. Jason Momoa actually has a show
Right.
too called like Frontier
The
or something
Frontier.
like that. And then they're releasing a bunch of. I mean, Netflix is stepping up, man.
Well,
like, they
if you-
do not back down.
If you look back, okay, think about this. So before Marvel came in, their original content was basically House of Cards and
Right.
Lilyhammer, and they were developing Orange is the New Black, I believe.
Which is a good show.
Which is a great show, apparently. I haven't seen it, but I hear amazing
I've seen
things.
seasons 1 and 2, but not the third one.
So Marvel comes in and basically pitches them the idea of almost 70 episodes of content.
Here we
You
go.
know,
Let's do this.
A season of Daredevil, a season of Luke Cage, a season of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, they signed
a season
the
of Iron
deal.
Fist, and then an 8-episode Defender show. So at that point, now Netflix has 5 shows pending when they only had 2 out at the time. So like Marvel really is the catalyst for a lot of this growth.
Right.
And then from there, now there's, I mean, how many Netflix?
There's tons. Like
Tons.
movies, like everything.
Yeah,
There's
they're doing a lot of movies too.
There's a little romantic comedy movie or show called Love. Did you ever watch that one?
And that was a big deal. I
yeah,
wanna check
it
out.
was really
It's
good.
written by Judd Apatow.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
See, I need to see that.
Just a bunch of good stuff that's on. And the great thing about Netflix is you can watch like you can binge watch.
Yeah.
You don't
yeah.
have to wait.
Well, they are the creator of binge watching.
They,
I mean, that is,
oh man,
that is
Netflix and
definitely.
chill, bro.
Just
Netflix and
sit
chill.
down and just blast through the entire series.
But you know what? You know what inevitably happens though is at some point I fall asleep,
And then
and then the show plays through for like 3 more episodes, and so I have to go back and like rewatch it. And Netflix is always kind of stubborn about that. It's always like, we're on. This is the next episode. And I'm like, stop.
No, wait a minute.
I gotta
yeah,
go
because
back.
then it's like you've already seen all this. What
Right.
are you doing?
And they're rebooting the Magic School Bus.
Yes.
They're just doing a bunch of cool
What?
stuff, man.
My childhood is now
Yeah, right.
again.
And the girl who played the crazy engineer in Ghostbusters,
Right.
they're gonna have her be the bus driver.
Yeah, which is just
I
awesome.
think it's a perfect
Yeah,
choice.
Great.
it's so great.
She's really funny.
She's
The
hilarious.
Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon.
Yep,
that's her name.
that's her. She's super hot too. You see her dressed up. She's a different ballgame.
Okay.
I just saw a picture. I was like, whoa, that's her.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
Hello there.
All right.
I'm in
So-
the vast majority on this one.
Well, whatever. So kind of counter to that is I saw this Facebook comment on a group I'm in where someone was like, "Does anyone else think Tron Uprising needs a second season?"
Oh gosh.
And I couldn't help myself but comment, and I was like, "You might be the only person on the planet requesting a
guy's in
second
the-
season of Tron."
That guy's
Let me
the
get
vast
another
minority.
season of Tron.
Right. I said, "Here's how bad that show wound up being," because he was like, "No, it's really good." And I was like, "Here's how bad that show was."
Yeah, let's talk real. Oh, Love
Let's-
season 2, March 10th.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
So that's also in March. Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
So
March has got stuff.
I got
Yeah.
dude. March is gonna be a great month.
lots of movies. Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan. Oh, that second trailer was dope.
Yeah, Old Man Logan. A lot of Netflix stuff.
There's 2 other movies that
the
we talked
Houston
about.
Rodeo is coming to town.
Yeah, the Houston
oh
Road.
man, this is
God,
gonna
we're
be
gonna be
great.
slammed.
James
Oh
the
my
Smasher
God.
Hatcher fighting.
Yeah.
Zach's birthday.
Yeah, whatever.
Only you would know that.
It
Like,
just happened.
like, is that like a Super
mom's
Smashing
birthday?
Boys thing? Like, you have to know each other's birthdays.
I don't know if he knows.
They're gonna celebrate their birthdays together.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
it's
gonna,
gonna be rad.
they're gonna co-cake it.
Yeah.
Even though Nico's is like,
In June?
July.
July.
I was gonna say
That was
August.
close.
Wow.
Zach's
Guys
like,
are
I'm having a
month
birthday
early,
party.
month late.
I'm having a birthday party, but only Nico's invited.
Yeah, whatever.
And we're gonna go to the movies together.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
We're gonna talk about mustard for an hour.
Catch up, bro. This sucks.
Freaking loser.
Let's
We're
talk
so
about
great together.
mayonnaise. We're so great together. You should just move in with Zach.
He just said we're so great together.
Oh man, you guys should move
I'm
in.
so glad it's recorded and on camera.
You need to move into Zach and Haley's house. They've got 12 rooms they don't use.
I wonder how Zach and Haley feel about this before we volunteer them.
Okay. I mean, Haley gets lonely. She needs someone to help her when Zach's traveling the
That's
world.
true. And maybe
could-
she'll make you trim your fingernails.
And you could cut the grass for her. They could let
no,
you live underneath the
no.
stairs.
First of all, he wouldn't do that.
That's true.
If someone offered him free room and board and all I had to do was do the yard, he would be homeless.
He like
he would
swipe left.
Yeah, I'll just stay where I'm at.
Speaking of that, my brother-in-law, before him and my sister got married, he lived with my wife's stepdad.
Yes.
And so he was like, all right, well, rent, you're going to pay me this much in rent. I was like, okay. He's like, and you're going to have to mow the yard. And he was
Nope.
like, how much can I pay you extra not to mow the yard? He's like, $75 extra. Deal. Done.
That's dumb. He should have just paid someone else to mow the yard.
You're right. Well, he has a huge yard, but still, like, he'd rather just pay it. And, like, this is going to sound really awful about my sister and my brother-in-law, but I always tell them, like, they want to, like, rent apartments. And, like, you're married. Like, you're married now. Like, let's be real people. Like, rent a house. Like, oh no, that's too much upkeep. I don't want to take care of a yard.
Right. He's 100% right.
I don't want to take care of a yard. I'm like, God, apartments suck.
No, they don't.
They do suck.
You're in the worst situation of the two of you guys, for the record, because you're renting.
Right. I don't want to buy it.
But you're
I don't
paying
wanna
down
buy it.
someone else's mortgage, so you're doing them the favor of now they don't have to pay their own bills. But you're on the hook for the yard and the interior,
Yeah.
like replacing light bulbs and stuff. You're not on the hook for that in an apartment.
Man,
Who
that
cares?
sounds like the most worst thing ever. Replacing light bulbs.
No,
I
but
know,
mean,
right?
But,
And, like,
but what I mean is,
And I can't just like go out in the backyard and barbecue and do my own thing, or
you
go
totally
let my
barbecue
kids.
to apartments.
God, apartments suck.
I don't-
I've never enjoyed living in an apartment in my
I had
entire
a
life.
really great apartment experience.
You've always lived in apartments. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why you like them.
There's nothing wrong with them.
They're the worst.
Now-
Houses are the way to go.
Now that you have
Quote Joey Savage,
Right.
nevermore. Apartments suck.
like now that you have kids, I get why you want space in a
Yeah,
yard.
even whenever I wasn't.
But when you're in a
didn't have kids.
renting scenario,
Yeah.
you're the one at a disadvantage here, not them.
I think they don't even have a place to live. So winning.
Well, they live somewhere. They're not
We're gonna
sleeping
jump
in.
out. We're gonna jump out to a
They
break.
just have
sleeping
loads
in
of.
No, they live in a car.
They sleep in the car. And
They
they
do.
have loads of
sleeping in
money.
a Kia.
They rent hotels. I'm just kidding. They
That's so
don't.
inefficient.
No, it's not. By the way, some of those hotels you can rent by the week and they have the kitchen and stuff in them. Those are better deals than paying rent by yourself sometimes, depending
Yeah,
on where
that's
you
true.
are.
Let's jump out to a break because we ran over. When we come back, we'll get into the weekly top 3. This week, worst video games in our opinion.
Ever.
Nerd Thug Radio.